Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. Jacob with Paradox Multimedia, and today we're going to be doing another Paradox music critique. This time on Paradox Music Critiques, we're finally going to be getting to Laze's first album, his first full-length album ever. This is, of course, his album, A New Beginning, Volume 1. This came out, I believe, a couple of years ago. I could be wrong. I'm going to be covering this one. This is going to possibly be the longest episode yet of this series, because this album is 11 tracks long. That is almost double the longest EP I've done of his, which is like 6 tracks. Yeah, so hope you're in for a ride. This is kind of a defining release for him, because it has what I would say are some of his better tracks and definitely some of his worst. Not necessarily because of him per se, but maybe because of other factors. I'm gonna try not to waste much more of your time with just this. I guess I'll see you at the end of the video. So the song starts out pretty loud, as you can tell, especially with the tag.
I feel like I'm fucking against the world. I feel like my feelings are being controlled. People constantly judging me, yeah. People making me feel like I'm crazy, I'm misunderstood.
He's got an odd kind of flow. It just doesn't feel very on rhythm to me.
Yeah. You could be misunderstood, yeah. I'm just fucking misunderstood. I feel like I'm being judged day in and day out. Not good. Feel like I'm getting dirty looks because of my looks. Feel like I'm getting judged because my face is...
His rhymes are alright, I guess.
Because I'm the only one that hasn't learned how to cook. Put my feelings into songs, verses and hooks. I'm clearly misunderstood. I'm just doing this for the love and passion. Yet you call it a joke. I'm rap about real things, not money and who's Stefflon tongue. Real things, I feel like the music is misunderstood. I just make music I like, rap songs, dubstep, anything I feel.
Speaking of the music, it's got a very odd vibe to it. It's definitely hip-hop, but this doesn't seem to change in flow the way hip-hop normally does. It just kind of like repeats the same parts.
Next friend of mine had to go at me for rapping on this beats he rapped on. I guess the friendship was fake, it didn't last long. It's not like he produced them beats, but now his mind is now gone. He has a problem with me now, dissing me on his songs.
It sounds like he's really close to his mic.
He misunderstood me, didn't understand it wasn't his beats. Now he's
to me, he sounds pretty loud,
I want peace.
But it also sounds like he could just be like slightly louder in the mix.
Get misunderstood for the shit they can't explain. Breaks them apart, they feel the pain. Too much stress, out of control, hard to maintain, yeah. Struggling to find the confidence that they want to gain. Sucker for pain. Don't believe one side of the story. There's always a second part.
I'm just gonna stop this here. Alright, so this track feels very strange to me. I don't listen to much rap, so that could just be me, but the structure feels weird. I'm not particularly a fan of Lucas's rapping. Like, he just, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of it. I try to justify the way I feel about things and the things I say about music and stuff, but this, I'm not particularly a fan of it. Again, I don't listen to much rap. It's not my jam, but the instrumental, the background music, the beat I can definitely appreciate. I think I'll give this one like a 6 out of 10. This one's very funky, just right off the bat. I guess you could say it feels like you're taking off. The drums are very nice and crisp. It just cuts through enough without being too loud or getting drowned out. It's that perfect balance, in my opinion. There's a little of a, I guess, kind of novelty to it. Kind of like a cheesy movie soundtrack. I guess it feels like it's supposed to be like the first scene where we're supposed to like pump you up and get you, I guess, excited for it. And now it feels like we're in some unused version of like a Wii channel theme. Well, that didn't last very long. I like the, I guess, electric organ, electric piano to this, but it feels kind of repetitive. Okay, that build-up was very weak, didn't really do anything at all. You could barely hear it. It wasn't like mixed the same as the other drums or anything. It just kind of happened. It's weird. And here we are listening to more Wii music. This one, like, it started out really good. It's enjoyable, but it's just things happen too suddenly, and I feel like it could have been handled a little better. Like I said, it does kind of feel like that sort of cheesy movie soundtrack, which probably isn't what he was going for, but eh. But yeah, definitely could have been handled a little differently. And that ending was just very kind of sudden. It's inoffensive, but it definitely, yeah, I think this definitely could be improved upon. This is, for me, another 6 out of 10. The claps don't really seem to fit with, like, the rest of the drums.
When the time's right, you don't wanna see me with my eyes open, long as limelight, keep you all night.
Okay, the vocals in this are definitely a step up from Lucas's.
But loneliness holds you down for its worth.
To me, they don't sound that bad.
In a place called heaven and hell, you're looking so fine and you're looking so well. You need to find yourself and find others too. You can't find one, you can't get two. Ah yeah, you drink, you scream all night. In a plastic dream, and the body made of glue, we all stick together like a horse and his shoe. In this paradox, a paradise for me and you. I feel as if I lost myself in the limelight.
Okay. This chorus is not great.
Of such fine white wine. And the time is never right.
He sounds like he's mumbling, and it seemed like he wasn't quite sure how to say the title in there, and just kind of like shoehorned it in a bit.
One night I scream and you
He also seemed to be singing like a little deeper in the chorus.
I see you facing me. Inevitably, it was awkward. It was awkward. You were biting your lip and I was biting mine, and you were looking like a snack and I was feeling so fine.
I'm now noticing the vocalist has a little bit of a lisp. The song itself has a really nice, almost jazzy kind of club vibe.
And why I love you, 'cause you're enough, and girl, I want you. One moment at a time.
So that transition was a bit better. The chorus sounds good by itself here. It just without his mumbled kind of singing, it definitely sounds better. Though it does get a little old kind of quickly without anything else to break it up. What the heck? It's just this random, like, burst of sound? Hang on. What was that? Okay. Weird. It sounded like a hit and, like, a couple of vocal samples for some reason. Odd way to end this track, which... So far, we've had quite the strange ones here. Yeah, this one, I'd say overall, like the others, it's a 6 out of 10, which, a reminder to everyone, 5 is about where I'd say is like the baseline for his music being good. Anything below that is like bad. Anything above that is like, hey, he's getting better. So like this is like, it's slightly better than like the bare minimum I expect from him, but it's not much. So 6 out of 10. Well, it feels overly saccharine, which I guess is a great start. Definitely feels like another sort of cheesy movie kind of song. Like something you'd hear when main character is like supposed to be cheered up or whatever. The mix does feel a little off to me though. It feels like there's a little too much going on. I really like that he kind of gave the bass some room to breathe there. I can definitely vibe to this one. Yeah, this one, it definitely fits. It works really well. It resolved in a satisfying manner, which I can't really say about the last couple of songs, but yeah, I feel like this one is really good. I wouldn't say it's his best. I don't want to say it's his best, but it is very good, and is especially nice change compared to the last couple songs. It doesn't, I wouldn't say there's really many shortcomings to this. The only complaint I really had was like you had like the like vocal arp and like the main melody and like the sort of bass melody going on and such, and it like it felt like a little bit much, but yeah, I'd say this is pretty good. 7 out of 10. I was going to say an interesting vibe, but I'm not a fan of that vocal shot there. These chops are good. Drums are a little off to me. I'm not sure if they're too loud or if like they could use maybe some compression or something. Got a very full, kind of bouncy feel to it. You still kind of get a little bit of a sense of melancholy from it, though. It's built itself out pretty well here. I really wish she didn't go crazy with the vocal shots. And now we just have drums. An interesting melody here. And some interesting bass. Here it feels like it's trying a little too hard and at the same time not quite hard enough to really be dubstep. If you've got the bass, you got the drums and everything, but like, okay, I guess around here it's alright. Coming back around. The thing about this is he uses a lot of diverse sounds and synths, and it really helps out, makes it stand out. At the same time though, with adding the vocal shots and stuff and just like randomly adding and removing things, it doesn't work well for me. Like the way I talk about this, it makes it sound like I just absolutely hate vocal shots. They can work well as long as you use them right. And at this point in time, he still hasn't. Like right there, I guess you could say it was pretty well implemented there. Not sure how I feel about this other set of vocal chops. Like overall, I think this song is alright, but there's definitely a few things that kind of take me out of it and make me enjoy it less than I would like to. That's some interesting bass there. And then it just kind of stops there. Alright. So, it's pretty good. A few hiccups that could have been avoided. And I absolutely despise abrupt endings. I feel like this one is better than the earlier tracks of this album, but still not like immensely better than the bass line. So, music joke. I'm gonna say another 7 out of 10 for this one. The drums feel a little slow. They have a kind of ethnic feel to them. Oh, there we go. Now it's more kind of dubsteppy, though the bass it sounds a little washed out to me. Like it's just a little too, like, well, bassy, I guess. It could be less distorted, yes, that's... I don't know why I was thinking the bass is too bassy. Wasn't much of a build up there. I don't even know if this is supposed to be like a drop. If it is, it didn't really, drop. There's some nasty bass there. The bass kind of sounded like it was some brass shots that were distorted a little bit. Very kind of creepy crawly sounding synth here. I can't think of the word. It's not creepy crawly, it's like, I guess eerie. Like, that like crawling up your spine sort of feeling. Chilling, maybe. So this one kind of falls into an old problem he's had, where there's a little too much variation. It's not repetitive, but it doesn't have much of a structure. It just kind of goes from one thing to the next without there being like a constant. Also, there's nothing like bad to be said about a song without structure. You can have good music without having like a standard structure to it. But like, I just prefer music to be that way. Okay. It's not unpleasant to listen to, but it could definitely use a little bit of work, in my opinion. I would definitely have appreciated if it came back around to that beginning portion a little bit, at least, like, especially between where there was that weird kind of like downlifter and then riser, which is a weird way to transition. But not bad. I'd say this is another 7 out of 10. It's got a kind of trippy, like, industrial techno kind of vibe to it. It vaguely reminds me of the sewer levels from Crash Bandicoot 2. Which, check out my playthrough of Crash Bandicoot 2 with my buddies, namely Travis. I like how the bass is very bouncy. This techno sounds better than anything I think I've ever done for the genre. It also kind of reminds me a little bit of like Chemical Plant Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's just like the similar kind of elements. It's not like a one-for-one sort of thing, but like the vibe is there. This one also seems to lack structure, but it kind of works. Here the bass is a little too boosted to me, but I feel like this song could definitely work in like a video game. Not sure. And I guess kind of level you would see it is kind of like I mentioned, it being similar to the sewer levels from Crash and Chemical Plant Zone. Just like an industrial, like factory, or like underground kind of setting. And here the bass is a little too like distorted for me. Could use a better ending if you ask me, but definitely think this is, I think, the best one I've heard off the album so far. I think this one just works the most, if that makes any sense. Like it's just better done, even if it doesn't quite sound better. I don't know. This I would give an 8 out of 10. It's a little energetic for a Halloween song, if you ask me, but those vocal shots are a choice. This one, I would say, is also a bit video game-esque in nature. So this track, he kind of like subtitled Spooky Halloween Dubstep, but it doesn't really feel spooky. Like, I've listened to spooky electronic music before, and it usually is supposed to sound spooky. Like ominous Foley and drones and stuff, maybe some looming bass. Like, this is dubstep sounding alright, but it's not spooky. Like, you can kind of hear how it's, like, supposed to sound eerie, but it doesn't really. See, there, that kind of works for the cutting off sort of thing he tried in, oh, what song is it? Stress. What he tried to do in Stress with, like, removing bits and playing them again kind of worked there. But still, like, I can feel the Halloween vibe he's going for with this, but it doesn't feel spooky. I mean, it's not a bad song, it's just for a spooky Halloween dubstep song. It like fulfills 2/3 of that. And I'm kind of disappointed because of that. It just kind of clashes here between the vocal shots, the melody, the bass, all that. Just, see, if he'd done something more like that, just like trying to keep the dubstep and the Halloween, but still like trying to make it feel more eerie, maybe by like trying to add some reverb, trying to add like I said, like some drones or like ominous Foley, like just spooky sounds like knocking or just like sharp sudden sounds or something. Yeah, this one's alright. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It's not bad, it's not good. It's got a kind of like folksy, almost kind of, well, I was gonna say almost kind of country feel, but that's kind of gone now. I guess indie is another way I would describe it. Similar to, what was that song? It was a song from a previous critique I did that has a similar vibe to this, but I can't remember what it is. This vocal sample gets really old really quick. Ooh, that sudden change. That could have been done better. I don't think there's really much to this one. Like, it just feels very repetitive. It's all right, but that's pretty much all I really have to say about it. I do like that bass though. I'm gonna stop this one short here. I don't expect there will be much else to this besides that. It's inoffensive. It's not bad. It's not good. And it's all right, but it's just very repetitive. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna give this one a 6 out of 10. So a lot of the songs on this album have a unique sound, but this one, more than any of them, because it doesn't rely on anything electronic, doesn't rely on any synths or anything. Even like taking flight, like relied on like an electric organ or piano or whatever, this one feels like a lot more acoustic. The drums feel very acoustic, very realistic sounding, except for where it cut off there. I think this is the best application of a more traditional music sound to this album. And just, to me, I think it's really cool. I think in the previous track, this may have been the song I was thinking of when I mentioned it sounding like another track. But I feel like this one does it a lot better with the kind of, I think I mentioned like an indie kind of vibe to it. But yeah, this one's really cool. This, I guess you would say, is essentially the title track. This track being titled It's Time to Begin, and, you know, the album being A New Beginning. So, yeah. And hands down, I'd say this is the best one on the album, and among what I would call the best tracks from Blue Laze to date. Like, listening to this, it just, to me, the one thing I would say is that this would benefit greatly from having vocals. I had a thought, but I lost it. Yeah, it's just a very comfortable kind of song. Ooh, I like that. No, maybe this isn't the one I was thinking of. There was another one he did that sounds similar to this a little bit. The guitar sounds similar. And like this bass here, it's just... which album was that? Or EP, I guess. This is some nice piano. That was weird. The piano like kind of stuttered a little bit a couple of times. Yeah, I've kind of said all I really have about this one. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. Alright, so this is the second collab that I've done with Blue Laze. And I'd argue this one wasn't nearly as good as Go Hit Me Up was. This track was just kind of all over the place, and you'll kind of hear that as we go along. This was only my second venture using the website Soundtrap, the first of which being a track called New Atmosphere that I did with Paul Capricorn. The beginning is alright, but this build-up is just kind of odd. I did the drum pattern for this one, and the build-up itself isn't bad, it's just the way we implemented it I don't think is very good. I do like that kind of like yeah, this just it's not very good. The drums here suck. It doesn't fit like at all. I'm not a fan of it. And that harsh that harsh downlifter. Weirdly enough, this part coming in, this sort of like E-piano, reminds me of Paradoxical Paradise. I had not heard Paradoxical Paradise at the time we made this. I think I just like added the same drums here, and if I didn't, it's very similar. That bass sounds really awkward. I think this just has an overall lack of consistency. I think this drop is really good though. Definitely better than the first one. I almost said a lack of inconsistency before, but you know what I mean. I feel like this could have turned out a lot better if we had spent more time on it. But we were unused to the website and it felt kind of limiting compared to Magic's. This part isn't bad. It's just, I think this is held back a lot. But so, in case any of you are like, what's a 5 out of 10? What's your baseline? What's like the absolute 0 mark for what you expect? This is it. This track here is a 5 out of 10 on the scale I have set up. So, yeah. Whew. All right. So that was quite the ride. 11 songs. Jeez. And honestly, I hope you're still here because I'd kind of suck if you got bored halfway through. Though, really, there was a lot of variation and diversity in the songs that I don't see how you could get bored. But like I said, some of them were held back for various issues. Some a little bit by the vocalist, a little bit by either limitations or just lack of experience or knowledge, or honestly there's a lot of factors. But a lot of these were really good songs, and there were definitely some that I would say are pretty close, maybe not close to perfect, but they're definitely really good. And I would recommend you check them all out. Check out the songs, check out Blue Laze, and obviously check out all of the artists he collabed with, which, I mean, I happen to be one of them. So, yeah, this was definitely a huge sort of milestone release for Blue Laze, this being his first album, and in my opinion, a pretty good success. This was still long before he started putting his stuff on streaming services, and I'm not sure if you'll ever find any of these songs on Spotify or iTunes or anything like that, but I believe he has it on his SoundCloud along with pretty much all of his music. So if you're looking for somewhere else that you don't have to wait for a video to buffer or whatever, I would definitely suggest checking out his SoundCloud. That being said, I think I'm going to take a slight break from reviewing Blue Laze's music. I might pick another artist, maybe one he's collabed with, maybe someone else, but there's definitely one that I want to check out that he suggested quite a while ago, and honestly, I'm not familiar with this artist, so I'm both looking forward to and also a little scared to see what is in store. But that's it for this Paradox Music critique of Blue Laze's album, A New Beginning, Volume 1. So, if you enjoyed, you know the deal. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to help the channel grow. Also, comment down below anybody else you would like me to check out as far as artists or releases. And that all being said, I hope you have a great day, night, movie, see this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!